Folks, today was a very special day for G.I. Joe and Leap Days in general. Today I learned that it's Superman's birthday, which is pretty cool and explains why he's so young. He only ages every 4 years. But also, we've been looking forward to this ferocious wave of figs and classified series for a long time. And let's not waste a second more. Folks, welcome to Black Genghis Live. Hey everybody, I'm KJ, aka Black Genghis. I am into figs, collectibles, knickknacks, the occasional pettywhack, whatever that means, and also just overall geek culture. Right now, we are going to focus on G.I. Joe Classified series. You may know me from A Toy Kind of Mood. We are very proud of that channel and also different episodes and whatnot that we've done in the past. And also on Instagram, where I am one of the keepers of the checklist for a classified series. Very proud, very proud. And I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I want to give a very special thank you to my friends over at Toy Kind of Mood, Travis Moody, Bobby Behar, Anthony Romo, David Speck, Vlad, Ronnie, Storytime, all those guys. But a very, very special thank you to the Dreadnok, Ryan Sweeney of the Island of Misfit Toys Collectors, who's given me a lot of input, a lot of guidance, and it's helped me out immensely. Thank you all very much. So let me give a couple of shout outs to the homies. First off, Dreadnok, thanks a lot, dude. Shout out to my homies over at Toy Kind of Mood. Vlad, what's up, dude? I wonder if you got that Bartholomew Vex. Woody, thank you very much. Nicotronis, thanks, man. I don't have beer, but I do have a mug of cheer for you. Delicious. The homie Vlad, hey, what's up, man? All right. So now, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Let's get this out the way first, because I feel like there was some weird energy going on with Tiger Force, man. I like Tiger Force. You guys don't like Tiger Force? Come on. So for right now, we are focusing on Roadblock, Tripwire, and McLeod, the Ordnance Disposal Unit. So important that it takes up all that text space. Woody, thanks a lot, man. Well, I'm going to make it a good one, so feel free to catch on the replay. Great photos from the Joe team. I think they were giving a shout out to one Corey. So this wasn't from Shooting the Galaxy. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but they were giving a shout out to a different photographer at the Fanstream today, to one Corey. But really liking the tripwire here, liking the tempograph on McLeod. I think Tony was saying that he prefers that. Oh my goodness, Gabby, hello! Oh, thank you so much. I hope we're going to have a great time tonight. Let me go ahead and move on to this Roadblock here with the Modus. Man, that's nice. So instead of getting that retro Roadblock, we're kind of getting the vibes here and now through Tiger Force. So it's great to have it with this Modus here, the Tiger Stripe helmet. Also, we got the 2-pack. We got the windows are finally back. More on that later because I really want to touch on that. Okay. Thanks for that, Ryan. So no shortage of super dope toy photographers over at Hasbro. But yeah, we got the window back so you can see everything, but I just feel like we're missing something here. My preference has been putting the artwork first and foremost. And I understand that Joe fans may not necessarily want to spring for a flap that like NECA has, where you have to open up the flap and all of a sudden then you can see the figure underneath. So it's more of an opportunity for artwork, but it does cost more. It's more packaging, it's more cardboard, it's more ink. So that would jack up the price. Like a $24.99 figure at this point would probably be $29.99 just because of that art flap. So I understand why people don't necessarily want that. That being said, I really did enjoy the previous iteration of the toy art, being in front and center. But we still got a lot of great stuff here. You got the packs, the weapons, the bullet clip. Once again, McLeod. The same pistols we've been getting for quite a while. and also the Tiger Force paint on the Minesweeper, on the packs, even the little Tiger Force tempo on the Modus. Like, it's pretty cool. Hey, KJ, what's up, man? Shout out to all my KJs out there. And thanks for joining us, man. We're going to go ahead and also move on to our we're going to try to do this. I wanted to do this like in numbered order. I don't think I pulled that off, but it wasn't for lack of trying. We're going to go straight into Night Creeper. This, once again, Brick, dude, thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate you. We're going to jump in right into these 5 orders. Now, these were mainline. You can get them at Pulse. You can get them at Amazon. Not sure about Target. I think that Tiger Force 2-pack was the only thing that was at Target, and that Tiger Force 2-pack is sold out on Pulse, but you can still get it at Target. Yes, Ken, you're exactly right. I think that these figures are always better in hand, and it's best to wait. I was really harsh on some of the Mezco stuff, for example. So there was a Mezco Miles Morales that I am not too thrilled on, but once I see the reviews and see them in hand, I may change my tune. Same thing with the SHF Figure Arts Spider-Punk that got released, and a couple of others. It's like I may just need to wait until they're in hand first. The Batman animated series Mezco. Yeah, I need to see that in hand. But let's go ahead and go back into these. Night Creeper. I'm telling you. I wish they weren't singing that in the fan stream, because now that's just stuck in my head. Terradrome is in the house. Tony, thank you so much. And shout out once again to Terradrome. Ryan, yes, Knox for life. That's going to be a special segment. You don't like that one. Look, I won't lie to you. I got 3 of these. I got 3 of these Night Creepers, man. I need these Night Creepers. These look amazing. I need 1 for the leader, and I need 2, 1 on each side to flank. Like, it only takes 2 to troop build, but it takes 3 if you want to really do it like that. Shucks, you're far too kind, KJ. Loving the art here, loving this stuff. I wish I could zoom in on this. Maybe I can. I'm still a novice when it comes to StreamYard, so bear with me. But loving like the action that's in the background, just even with the light and just showing off what you can do with these figures. And we'll get the torch in a second, just a second. Let's go ahead. Man, look at the posing. Look at this stuff you can do with these guys, man. It's going to be really nice. It's going to be a fun time. We've been waiting on Night Creepers for a long time. Shout out to Giles Gifford, Yojo ARAH. He did amazing customs of Night Creepers. I believe he used the Kitty Fig versions of the Snake Eyes Origins Night Creepers as a base, and then just went from there, like re-articulated them. Like, he went in. But these are looking very nice. And there's the leader in action. Like, that's great that whenever you can get extra hands, extra sculpts. And with Classified, it's very rare you get extra hands. I think Sarge, maybe Nakamura, or Kamakura, excuse me. There are very few figures where we get extra hands. So we just make do with the Kung Fu grip. But just getting the extra heads goes a long way, because now all of a sudden you have more than one figure. And it makes you troop build. It really does, in my view. Let's take another look at this leader. It's looking nice. Looking real nice. Look at all the stuff you can carry on the back, the crossbow, and all the different weapons. So this is sort of like how we had the Red Ninja back in 2020, which was a nightmare to hunt. Like, I had to basically talk to an electronics manager in Target who didn't give a damn about Street Date and just ran the whole story. He's like, yeah, we got a ton in the back. And I like hooked up all my dudes with Red Ninjas. It felt so great. Yes. Moody is straight on. Like, you got to get 3. And check out his Mezco's Snake Eyes review. Like, it really was good. And he was being very fair. That was a great review, Moody. Let's go ahead. Look at this. Oh, come on. I can't get these now. There's part of me really just wants to not know that these are going to be available and just spring them on us. It's like, yep, these are here for order. I feel like maybe they would sell out super fast, but I don't think so. I think they would be better off just saying, look, man, just give me these. They're ready. They're in stock. Let me buy these. I don't want to wait till July. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. I want to know right now what will it be? Shout out to Ray. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by real quick. Shout out to Chad. Thank you for joining me. Goodness, I really appreciate y'all. And if you just want to catch the replay game, go right ahead. Yeah, Gabby. I miss going to like Toys R Us or KB and just getting the figures and not knowing that they were there. But let's go ahead and move on to the layout here. So right here, front to back, and we see all the gear. We see the different blades. We've gone over this before 1,000 times over the renders, but it's just great seeing it in plastic form. And yes, I believe Spec had mentioned earlier in our G.I. Joe Day stream that, yes, that hand is the same as the deluxe Snake Eyes hand that had the claw in it for climbing or attack mode, that kind of thing. The extra hands with the ninja stars. So once again, extra heads, extra hands, extra gear. They take care of us at Classified Series. Let's take a look at the box art. I'm just telling you, it's just not the same. I get it that we got the windows back. I get people wanted the windows back, but I think with G.I. Joe Classified Series, we were fine not having those windows. And yeah, fig swappers, they ruin everything. You open up a G.I. Joe and you get like a Clark bar in there or whatever. So I think now that you have the windows back, you can see if items are missing, if pieces are missing, but that artwork needed to be front and center. And I think we're just going to be missing something. Spec, what's up, dude? Thanks for joining me, man. Really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and move on to the next figure of this. This one's near and dear to my heart. This was the first custom I ever attempted. This was about 4 years ago because I just simply had to have this character in hand however I could get it. So shout out to Gil Tucker. Shout out to the homie Tony Romo and Mark Van Cannon and Gridiron. Let's just go ahead and unveil this character right now. It's Doc. I'm so thrilled about Doc, and I'm so glad that we have Doc now. Oh, hey, what's up, Jason? Yeah, they're going to be smaller. I'll be able to save some more room on that checklist, but it is what it is. And plus, it's going to mess with people's box collection. If you are a box collector and you like showing off the numbers or the art on the side, it's going to be different. You may have to cap it off at a certain point. Yeah, exactly. Like, it is what it is. A lot of people are openers. Thanks, Spec. Thank you very much. You know, and there are also, I will be showing some of the art later on in the stream, because if you went on Hasbro Pulse's socials on Instagram or YouTube, Facebook, you could see some of the artwork that is on the box, but it's really good. So good, they had to find some other place to show it off. And it's like, you already had the place, you had the boxes. That's just me, though. I'm going to leave it at that. I know. Yeah, mine too. My shelves are destroyed. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it. I'll take it any way I can get it. But let's go ahead and let's get right into this. Man, what an excellent figure. This dude is trying to save Shockwave's life. He's, Jason, hold on, Jason, I'm coming. Oh man. But yeah, look at this figure is great. This is, I need this now. Like, don't tease. You have to please me. Don't tease me. Like, just when it's in stock, holler at us and we will buy it. So I can go to the store, so I can go to Target or Amazon, GameStop, whatever, and just get this. Yes, it is a great looking figure. And I get it. I get the mechanics for the pre-orders, just letting us know to save up that bread, like Dan Yoon says, stack it up. Hey, this is coming, so clear that off. One thing I want to start doing that I think is just going to be better for collecting is just paying for the pre-order. Just pay for it right then and there. If you use PayPal, a lot of times you end up having to pay for it anyway. That's definitely on Mezco. But you can budget, you can make space, and you'll have the monies for the necessities saved over so that when it's crunch time and it starts raining figs, you're not going to be in trouble. Oh, come on. Be nice. They were trying to do something with Falcon, but it didn't work. But sometimes you need bad art to get to the good art. Yes, shout out to Doc Tony. I know you're a paramedic. I know this figure means a lot to you, especially with the input that you put on Gridiron's loadout. Yeah, same here, Chad. I really, really need to get this figure. I may need to get one just so I can soup it up with the Gridiron stretcher, with the case, the saline bags, all that stuff. And if you do go to like Michael's or hobby shops, you may be able to get green bands anyway to add on to that stretcher. Look, Shockwave's going to be A-okay, just like in the movie. Hey, an update on Shockwave. He's okay. You sure? I mean, he got shot in the heart with a snake bullet. He's going to be just fine. Okay, you say so. Those guys are miracle workers. They can do anything. Yeah, this is really nice. It's got the flare. Still have the pill bottles in the side of the helmet. It's just great. And all the modularity for the pouch placement, putting the stretchers in different placement in the back. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Hold on. This is from Brick here. Yes, great aesthetic, balancing out the Vietnam era with the modern looks. Yes, there's a lot. Yo, FC Viper, thanks for joining us, man. I hope I said that right, dude. Yeah, they did a great job with this stuff. You know what? I feel like if you can swap out the sleeves, even if they're not a good color match, you may be able to use Vallejo has a desert primer, like a syrup primer, so you don't have to worry about putting on a layer of primer first and then the paint. You can use their desert sand primer and you can put it on Dusty's arms if it doesn't quite match. I highly recommend Vallejo model colors. It's my paint of choice. Shout out to Army Painter. Shout out to all the acrylic paints out there. People like using AK, that sort of thing. I'm a Vallejo guy. That's just me. And I think that primer is a good match for this. So I think you'll be in good shape. Chad, yes. Yes, this is the best line ever, dude. Like, it got me back into collecting, like, full stop. Thank you. Oh, thank goodness. I'm really glad I got that right. Moving on real quick. Once again, this box art. You got the art. It's already there. But because we have all the legalese on the bottom third, really more than the bottom third of the back, it just shrinks down that art. And I just feel like even if we have this window, I get it, we have the window. It would be weird having the figure facing the rear and putting the window on the back because you have something to sell. I get it. I really do. I just think the flat would be worth it. I think the flat would be worth it. You would have real estate for file cards. You would have all that stuff. And the inbox collectors, it's a smaller feature, so you're saving on the cardboard. I think they need to bring the art flap in on this. That's just me. What say you guys? Listen. The Nox. I'm barreling through this right now, but I just gotta. I think with this one, and for the next few figures that were released here, I'm just gonna take my sweet ass time because I'm liking what I see here. This is Torch, and it's great, and I like it. Like, look at this. That's just stellar. And even if you have other flame effects, say Tamashi Nations, Gridiron has great flame effects as well. But look at the fire coming out of that skull. Look at the skull eyes. Like, I could just really, really pour over this. Whoa, gas, dude. Thanks for joining, man, for real. Yes, everyone agrees. The Nox are really still in the show right now. Yes. Also glad they kept the photography. No file card because it would have to do multiple languages. I think they experimented with that with some of the other 375 figures about maybe 10, 15 years ago. And it just takes up even more room when you have to put all that information in different languages. So I get it. But I just want to look at this just a little bit more. Like, I need this. Just tell me when it's in stock. Just tell me when it's in stock. It's fine. Remember that year when we didn't get like new Joe figures for like 10 months? Like, that's just crazy. Oh, Ryan, thank you very much. This is, let's see if this works. Is this gonna work? Yay, that works. Ha 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 ha. But thank you very much. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, this what a line. What a line. Yes, let's keep it moving with Torch. Look at this. DJ 5 Ash, thanks for joining, dude. Yeah, man. It's the year of the Dreadnok's return of the Nox. And like, look at that. Look at the detail. Just even like the small lettering on that fire tank. Nox for life. Listen, this stuff is great, man. If you like what you see, please leave a like. Please subscribe. Share with your friends. It's going to be a fun time. I've really been looking forward to launching this series for a long while. And this was the perfect time to do it. This was the perfect time to take the lead. Man, the Cobra Island years. I have a story. I have a story for y'all once I'm done with Senior Torch here. But anyway, yeah, look, come on. Look at like with the fire hose, the chain around the biceps. It's cool, man. I like the flame tattoos in the forearms. I like all this stuff. Lawrence, dude, thanks for joining me, man. Thanks for and Gabby, look at them. Yeah, we got these dudes do not skip glute day. Yeah. It's the same jeans they've been wearing since the 80s. Oh, yeah. He's sold out. Okay, so it's been going back and forth. Yeah, it's been crazy. Yeah. They're not going to have the QR code working. They really need to focus up on that. But shout out to Punk with Toys. Be sure to check him out. Great episode covering all this material last night. Go ahead and check out that episode. Man, this stuff leaked like crazy, didn't it? But hey, what are you going to do? Listen, that's just great. I just like looking at this stuff. I like imagining what I can do with something like this. You have cityscapes, extreme effects. If you have atmosphere aerosol and Uzlani lights, there's no limit to what you can do with these figures. We've been waiting for these figures for 4 years for a reason. And dude, what? Come on, man. You know those are my homeboys, man. Come on. Yeah, no. It's FC. It's FC Viper. Come on, dude. That's my dude. All right. Anyway, back to our program. So, yeah, this Torch, it's unstoppable. You got to get it. And if you got to get it, that means you got to get all the other Dreadnoks. And then that means you got to get all the Marvel Legends that actually come with motorcycles, like Wolverine and Punisher or whatever. If you have to get 112 New Ray diecast or Maisto motorcycles, just do it. Make it happen. You can fudge with the scale with the background or something, but these guys got to have motorcycles. We need that stuff. We need that in our lives. But just really fantastic stuff here. The extra flame effects, the extra guns for the holsters, dual holsters. It's going to be great. I love that vest, and I love that there's space where if you have decals, you can probably put decals on the back of that vest. Microset, microsol, a little bit of varnish. It's going to be great. So yeah, you have that Dreadnok decal. I think Batmother's tattoos on eBay will have some Dreadnok 112 scale decals. Go nuts, man. Have fun. There's no limit to this. But once again, this art, I'm getting irritated. Yeah, it's so sick. It's so sick. Hold on a second. I gotta go back. I gotta go back to that. Where is that? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, man. I don't know why they didn't give motorcycles. We got Ram cycles and Akira coil cycles and whatnot. I don't know why the Nox aren't getting that. Oh, Lawrence likes the boots. Yeah, let's take a look at those. Yeah. Oh, wait. Is that sarcasm? That may be sarcasm because those are like disco boots. But yeah, you still may need them. Still may need the boots. Yeah, they did a good job with the box art and everything else. I just really wish that it was just more prominent. I feel like they're just missing an opportunity here by relegating this great, fantastic art to what's basically a postcard size on the back. I feel like they just got to rethink that. I get it. We need the windows. I'm going to advocate for the flap. If the flap costs more money, then never mind. Ignore me. Ignore that I said anything about the flap. I just feel like there's something you can do with that. All right, story time. So the year was 2000. I'm getting Cobra Troopers from Target for buddies. And in fact, that's how I met Travis Moody of A Toy Kind of Mood. We were hunting Baroness, and he actually talked to the manager at our Target in Los Angeles and arranged it that the first 6 of us got one Baroness, because there are only 6 Baronesses there. And we've been homeboys ever since. We really have. I've gone on hunts with this guy. We've been through fire together. We had to take on an island of vipers together when they were being plagiarizers. And yeah, man, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be with Toy Kind of Mood. And I'm still rocking with Toy Kind of Mood. I just gotta get that straight. I'm still part of that. This is the purple tape. All right. This is only built for Cuban links. That's what this is. We're the Wu, and it's Wu-Tang forever. In this case, it's ATKM forever. But still, thanks for watching the stream. I really, really do enjoy this. But anyway, I'm hunting down Cobra Troopers. Some other dude hops in the senior line and scoops them before I do. And ever since then, if I go on a toy hunt, I'm there 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m. I've met Hot Wheel collectors. I've met McFarlane DC people, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering people, just because we're all there early just to get the stuff. And I don't buy the flip. I've had to let go of some prized possessions because last year got strange. But I try to help people if I see that they're at least putting forth an effort. Like I had to at least see that. So yeah, those days are gone. We're waiting a long time on these figures, but we're getting them, and we're going to get them. A lot of stuff hasn't sold out yet, and this is a golden age right now still. And there's things that you don't like, just there's always going to be other figures to get, right? You didn't like retro collection, we got classified. You don't like classified, there's 3-0, there's this, there's that. So find what you like and stick with it, because it's a good time right now. Let's holler at the comments real quick before we go on to our next figure. No Mindbender Rick James boots. Yeah, Tony, I know you'll fix it. You fix everything. Yeah. So like how we got the new Black Series. It was strange, like with the angles so they could fit more into the cases. That was always weird. Yeah, look cheap. Yeah. I'm getting best action vibes from some of these boxes. Yep. Oh yeah, we were scrounging, trying to find stuff for the people. Yeah. It's tough times right now because I hate to say it, the community, the diehard community, isn't big enough to sustain this age of action figure collecting. You got to get casuals, you got to get the kids into it, you got to get people who are just curious about it. And sometimes the discourse, it can scare people off. It really can. It gets nasty because the people who just dig this stuff, they're not. You have naysayers. It's rare that you have yay-sayers. Like there's a reason that naysayer is a word and yay-sayer isn't. Like that's a made-up word because no one says yay. There are very few yay-sayers out there. And I don't say yay just to say it. I do appreciate what the action figures have become ever since I was a kid and what they are now, that there are more adult sensibilities that you can enjoy in some of these collections, that you can do photography, that you can have fine materials like die-cast, soft goods. Oh my goodness. There's going to be so much cool soft goods stuff on this channel. I can't wait. But yes, we are totally new edition. I don't know if I'm Johnny Gill or Ralph Trailsman. I'll take Johnny Gill. Listen, I mean, you say that like Punk has a squad. I have the receipts. I'm a member of that squad, my dude. But yeah, I got more than one squad, man. I'm like, I'm in the Beatles and I'm in the Highwaymen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They gotta do something about that, Yeah, we all got love for one another. Yes, shout out to Motown. Oh, what's this from Viper? When I asked about J.I. Joe's, yeah. It's diehards. We are a diehard community, so enjoy this while it lasts. Right? I remember window shopping during Pursuit of Cobra, during Rise of Cobra, Retaliation figures, Resolute. Like I was so jazzed for Resolute. People had no idea what I was talking about. I would say, like, it's from Warren Ellis. People didn't know who Warren Ellis was. Like, it is a very small, tight-knit group. And so the more honest, authentic energy you can show, the better, right? And that just means just make room for what you love. Make room for that. Don't worry about the other stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know I'm rolling with you guys, man. The ladies know. You gotta listen to the ladies. You gotta listen. Shout out to 8 Mile, Mom Spaghetti. Listen, all right, enough of this. You know what it's time for. It's time for Jinx. It's time for Kim Arashikage. This right here, this is the game changer. I need 2 of these. We showed off the Tiger Force Jinx on our last G.I. Joe Day episode. I need a second one because I'm just going to go ahead and just put that in Tiger Force colors. It needs to happen. I gotta take my time. I gotta take my time with this. But oh my goodness, look at the tattoos. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. That's with the blossoms on the, and with the contrast with the colors, the arm wrappings. Tony, what's that called again? A naginata? What's that called again? Yes, Jinx was waiting on. I love, like, the female figures are great and they're only getting better. Shout out to Jinx having double jointed elbows. I'm telling you, we gotta have double jointed elbows on these. They're so great. Yeah, man, don't get me started. If a lady knows what she's doing, there's nothing more refined, nothing more elegant. Yeah, fantastic. Really impressed with the refresh. Yes, one of the best face sculpts they had. I think the Joe team really took Falcon to heart. I'm serious. I'm not making fun here. Yeah. And Paul Harding, he's gotten some guff over the last Legends line because Kazar and Cap and a couple of the other figures kind of had the same jawline, the same expression. But no, he did a fantastic job here. Let's go ahead. Let's keep it moving a little bit. Listen, that's just great. I'm really digging all this stuff here. You got to get Torch. If you have extreme sets, you can do some cool stuff with this. So I would recommend just seeing if you can save some money. And if you do go get extreme sets, you can also go to Entertainment Earth and use the code ATKM10 to save 10% off of in-stock items. Free shipping above 79. So you $79, free shipping plus 10% off. ATKM 10. ATKM 10. Get some extreme sets, put that off to the background, get some lights, have some fun, man. Shout out to Toy Optics, shout out to Spec, shout out to all my toy photographers getting it done there. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's keep the party moving a little bit. Listen, that's just the posing. The posing is so great. Like when you get these figures, when you're using the staff and the bladed weapons. Jinx versus the Red Ninjas. Jinx versus the Night Creepers. Oh, man. Am I going to have to order a second Jinx? I may have to order a second and a third Jinx. Oh, my goodness. I just thought about that. That's going to be so great. Like Jinx putting a knife to the Night Creeper leader's throat. Man, I have got to calm myself down. Okay, just a double-bladed spear. Okay. Shout out to Matson. What's up, dude? Yeah, man, these are really great. These are a lot of fun here. Shout out to Kim Best. Oh, yeah. Not looking like Joan Rivers. Yes, way more hits. Definitely way more hits. You know what? Extreme sets I like because they're going to be cheaper than some of the resin dioramas that are out there. The dioramas can get really expensive, y'all. So extreme sets, especially if you're going to be doing shallow depth of field in the background anyway, extreme sets, you can get a lot done with that. Let's go ahead. Let's keep taking a look here. So once again, just really good stuff here. They're really the cross-selling is fantastic because you got Torch setting everything ablaze, and Jinx is like, okay, now it's time to put this dude down. Like, yeah, you got to get the whole waves. You got to get all this stuff. I don't think I skipped a classified release yet. Sabina Del Norte says, agree with all the pre-orders today. It was nice. Pre-ordered Red Widow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And, you might be able to use Red Widow for some long sleeves, actually. That's a good idea. Dude, don't ever worry about being late, man. Thanks for joining me. I always appreciate seeing y'all. And thanks for having fun here, man. Well, whoop-de-doo, Matson. I wish I could get 75% off. Holler at me next time. Look, man, shout out to Toy Network. Shout out to all these dudes. A little bit. We'll see. We'll see how it goes in hand. Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point. You may have to use laminate, or you may have to apply varnish ahead of time on that. So we'll see how that goes. Really quick, I'm going to take a look here. Let me see. I just want to see how Red Widow looks and if you can use those sleeves. I tried searching for it, but Amazon is trying to sell me Red Widow books and audiobooks instead. You know what? Never mind. Let's go back to the show. So anyway, all right. I'm going to go to the next slide here. But anyway, I think if you do get those, if you do get some of those extreme sets, you can just have more fun here. They changed the name from SMS to HMS because it's the Heat Seek missile system. We'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, I like the short sleeve look. I really don't mind this. I think you got to be able to try different things. You got to be able to try different things with some of these figures, especially when you want to be updating them. And sorry about that. That was my fault for trying to get pictures of Red Widow to show you that she had long sleeves and that you can add Red Widow to Jinx. So don't worry about that. I'm back. And it still counts. So it didn't end the stream. So that's what's important. Woo! There's going to be hiccups. So yeah. Am I back? Hey, am I back? Just say you're back in the comments so I know that I'm back or not. Am I back? Am I really here? All right. Hey, Brad, thanks for checking it out, man. All right. So let me go ahead and go back. Yeah. So once again, this box art, I feel like, you know what? I'm just going to have to accept it. I'm going to have to accept that this is just what the box art is. And yeah, I'm an opener. I'm going to open these up anyway. And I get it. It's tough times right now. Skinny boxes, small boxes. But it'll be fine. Yeah, boomer. Yeah, I totally boomered this, man. Class of 2000. What can I say? On real truth, real talk. Like Snapchat, I don't know how to use Snapchat. I'm still trying to figure out TikTok, and I'm trying to use TikTok for all the right reasons, even though TikTok keeps giving me all the wrong reasons to use TikTok. But anyway, yeah, we'll make do with these boxes. The art is still a part of it. Oh yeah, really quick. I love this mug. My friend JD, a Red Carpet Report, who I used to write for, he gave me this mug. I'm a big fan of this mug. Yeah, I love this mug. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, we'll get used to these boxes because it is what it is now. We're going to open these up anyway. It'll be fine. It'll save some money. And down the line, that means more figures. Yes, actually, this is the 6-box type. And if I wasn't so afraid of destroying my stream right now, I would go to my Instagram account and show you on the checklist, because we had the 2020 wave. Then it changed with the first windowless packaging. Then they did the other, the second windowless wave, which is my favorite wave because of all that beautiful box art. Then they did a fourth one when they brought the windows back. And now we have this. And that's not counting the special exclusives of 2-packs, PulseCon, and Comic-Con exclusives. So yeah, we have several different box types in here. Yeah, man, how do you lose that much money, man? You got to stop making stuff that people don't want. Seriously. And Ken, that's true. That's true. We can do a long sleeve. We can do a long sleeve Jinx. How long was I out? Did you guys just not hear what I said? Was I out for like a long time? Holy, okay. I gotta get used to this streaming thing. I don't know how these Twitch people do it, man. I can't. That's why they call it Twitch. Your eye will be twitching when it's all said and done. Anyway, Gnawgahyde. Let's move on to Gnawgahyde. Oh, man. All right, yeah. So we have Dreadnok, Gnawgahyde, Yobo, and Pork Belly. And this is just a really fun set. This is a deluxe set. $44.99, if I'm not mistaken. $44.99, right? This wasn't $50. This was $45, right? But yeah. Ryan, I know you're digging the hell out of these, buddy. I know you are. Listen, there's so much you can do with this. And I'm going to swap this out with Gridiron anyway. You know, some of you guys don't like Gridiron. Listen, man, it's cool, man. Gridiron, it's going to upgrade your lifestyle. You're going to love it. But that being said, I think they took the gumminess to heart. So I think they're going to fix it. Lenny's on the case. But even if that's not it, there are other alternatives you have out there. My personal favorite, of course, being gridironprops.com, Gridiron Studios. But if you still want to rock with this, you still can. Let's keep it moving. Listen, he's got the animal buddies. That's just fun. There's a lot of fun you can have here. Yobo is like, you have a lion figure or something like that. You can sort of do like a dark version of the Lion King or something like that. But yeah, man, the pets, yeah, they do cost a lot of money. Ryan Sweeney face. No, that's cool, man. Ryan, you were able to get one in the selfie series while they're still doing it, right? You know, that's cool. I hope this doesn't destroy the stream. All right, there we go. Got it. That's fair. That's more than fair. That's more than fair. A lot of people, they don't want to spring for Gridiron or Little Armory or Miller Works, Arsenal of Pew Pews, Muchas Garcias. I get it. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with these figures. But Hasbro, they're giving us a lot of good stuff. Not Crocodile Dundee. Yeah, I love it. I love. They're having so much fun with this brand. They really are. And there's a lot of great stuff that they can do with this. I think that if we keep getting, you know, these figures and animals, like you're gonna do like a whole G.I. Joe zoo. You really can. Just really fun stuff. And I think that they really need to focus on filling out that world. You know, like if we have Law and Order, we'll get those. If we have just other animal buddies, we're gonna get that stuff too. Like we're really planning on having G.I. Joe around for a very long time. this Yobo, I love this Yobo. I really do. And yes, that's Jason S has a point. We're getting another eagle with Marauder, a spirit, and that's going to be Neol, which is a Native American, from a Native American language. It means of the wind, or something to do with the wind, something like that. It's a lot of good stuff here. We got some reuse. We got the low light rifle bag. We got the same bow we've been getting for years, but it just helps us get more figures in the line. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have an issue with the reuse, with the amount of reuse that's in classified in these waves, that's how we're able to get Gnawgahyde. And then that money goes towards Night Creeper. It goes towards Jinx or Ashikagi. It goes towards Torch. That's how you're going to get Monkey Wrench, Road Pig, Zanzibar. That's how you're going to get Dial Tone, and Scoop, and Footloose, right? And Lifeline. That's how we're going to get all these characters. So it's just going to take some time. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff here. It's going to take some time because they want this line to last. Like, this line has the potential to outlast ARAH. It really does. But it's just going to take some time to really rejigger and refocus different elements. The art is in kind of hiding it so that you don't even realize, oh, Doc is actually shipwrecked from the waist down, or it's this or that kind of stuff. And yeah, Ryan, you have a point. The Joe IP has always been reusing parts. Sabio del Norte's same thing. It's a long use concept. So if you don't reuse, you can end up spending a lot of money. And you have certain lines where you can't reuse. Once again, if you take a look at McFarlane DC Multiverse, a lot of reuse in that line. Dozens of Batman over and over and over again, right? And there's some lines where reuse isn't an option. A lot of video game lines, a lot of high art collectible lines, you can't really do a lot of reuse with some of those sometimes. You have to be really careful. Shout out to Viper Scout. Yeah. The video games kind of got in the way of ARAH. A lot of the cross-pollination, Jurassic Park figures, Street Fighter figures, instead of just really focusing on Joes and whatnot. Hey, Ray, welcome back, dude. Yeah. I think they had to be judicious with what they end up releasing. Taking it back to Gnawgahyde real quick. I think you have really great figures, and they do a really good job of saying when something needs to be a deluxe, we got to have the Warthog, we got to have different animal buddies. So let's bring back that rifle bag. Let's bring back that bow and arrow. Let's use the knee pad from Roblox, which we've been seeing since the very beginning, right? The same knee pads and whatnot. Yeah. So we've seen this with Roblox. We've seen this with Gung Ho. And that's why I was confused, because I'm like, the Nox are bad guys. So, like, did this dude, I feels like if this dude bumped off a Joe, then fine. That's how he got all the gear. Todd C is in the house. Hey, man, there's no lateness here, man. Just thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us, man. Yeah, the pre-orders, it was a hefty day today, man. It was a big day. I'm not gonna bother saying what it was, but it was a lot. It was a lot. So if you're going to pay for stuff up front, so you don't have to worry about it in the future, really get your budgeting in order. Like, really, like, collect within your means. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I got myself in trouble last year, and that was part of the delay of Black Genghis. So I'm being quite honest. I'll just leave it at that. So when it comes to Joe, I'm taking care of it. And I'm just really holding off from a lot of other lines right now because they're not giving me what Classified Series is giving me. Once again, let me just focus on that art. So when we have a larger box like this, that's fine. You know, it's like, because that's just more real estate for the art so that you can get a sense of what this character is and what it can do. the worlds you can build with it. If you have 1/12 scale shrubbery from Michael's or Hobby Shops or something like that, you can really have fun with some jungle stuff. Gnawgahyde versus Tiger Force. Come on, man. Oh, shout out to McFly, man. Thanks for rocking with us, man. No, it's a great time. It's a great time right now. And I think I really want people to appreciate that. It's really easy. It's really easy to forget how much fun we're having right now. I remember when you were on Joe Customs groups, they were customizing 375, and I mean like the O-ring stuff. 6-inch Joe was theoretical. People were taking early Toy Biz legends and making 6-inch Joes. Like this is literally a dream line. And I just really hope that people appreciate that. I really do. Sabir says some of it will collide with last year's pre-orders pretty soon. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming. So just make sure that you can cover your backs. Make sure you can cover it. Oh, yeah, dude. The Jinx. You got to get that Jinx. Let's go ahead and go back to Gnawgahyde real quick. Yeah, so I think it's worth the dough. 45, unless it's $49.99. I think it's $44.99. Just trying to remember. But yeah, you get your money's worth. You really do. Right. And if you're tired of getting the reuse, I'd say look into some alternatives. Look into Gridiron. Look into Arsenal Pew Pews. You can really up the game with these Joes. And speaking of upping the game, we got to talk about Her Majesty's Service. No, the Heat Seek Missile System. So, look, even in the fan stream, they ended up calling this the SMS. Like, they referred to this as the SMS. So it's the SMS, Don't let machines control your life. It doesn't matter if they call it the HMS or the SMS. It's the SMS. Let's keep it real. You want to keep it gangsta? It's a repainted MMS. This is a pre-paint of an MMS that we just haven't gotten yet because we don't have anything to attach an MMS to, unless you were lucky enough to get like the RC Jeep that was like 20 or 40 bucks way back in the day, and now it's like $100. So it's all the same thing. The MMS of this is gonna be sweet. And since they tooled this up, I'm calling it. That means I think we're gonna get a Mobat or a Wolverine. What I want to see a HasLab tank where you can remove the turrets and you can have the Mobat turret, you can have the Wolverine turret, and then you can also have the Slugger turret. So you can just have it's like a 3-in-1 or even a 4-in-1. So yeah. So you're going to get that. We're going to get the MMS, unless they call it XMS to the extreme missile system. I don't know, but it'll be fun. I think it's going to be, it doesn't have to be controversial. They just switched it up a little bit. So we got the HMS in the Technoviper, the SMS, the street name. And they're just having a blast with it. No pun intended. Look at this Technoviper. Looks amazing. And we haven't gotten the classic purple Technoviper in hand yet. They had a subline called Artist Collection. I believe Sergeant Slaughter was released, and then they called it the Artist Collection. So that cool baby pink mistake they had earlier this year, they had the baby pink Technoviper, release that joint. Release it as Artist Collection, make it Pulse exclusive, make it fan channel exclusive. I will buy that baby pink Technoviper. But let's keep this rocking. They're just having so much fun with this, right? So this is sort of the same diorama we saw with the Hiss tank, the fire team, Dragonfly. This is kind of the same battle scenario, right? Man, this is a really exciting time right now. Yeah, we got some stuff. Shout out to the X-Ray Minotaurs that Brick was talking about. Yeah, they got some really cool stuff. There. Yeah, that caught my ear too. It's like they were talking about the missiles. I'm like, man, y'all better behave with those missiles now. You know what? I'm digging the hell out of Tiger Force. I like it, and I like the original vintage that they had too. So I think I'm all in on Tiger Force as well. But I'm just weird like that. I'm like getting everything under the sun. I think so, man. I think if you have the HasLab Hiss tank and you get this SMS, HMS thing with the Technoviper and Fire Team, and even getting Crimson Strike Team to lead the charge, I think that does it. You have a whole world of Hiss tank. It's going to be super dope. Sabir saying, yeah, the eel reveal. So we're gonna get on that too. It's nice times. We got nice stuff coming. Great job on these missiles. Not stupidly large or gargantuan. Transformer turret, that could be interesting. Like where on the street is that we may be getting. I know we're getting that Dreadnok Thunder Machine. Trying to think what's going on. Adam, what's up, man? Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. It's gonna be a fun one. I hope you enjoyed the replay. I'm just glad I'm still streaming and it is just knock us off. I was like, oh, looks like I had to do a part 2. You'll see what that is later. It's really fun times. Let's keep it moving a little bit. So once again, we're seeing the interplay with the hitch ball and the his tank. So if you once again you have the his tank, if you have the space, like you have a yard or you have outdoors you can do fun stuff with, you can go ahead and you can hook this thing up. So it's on Pulse exclusive. I think not everyone that has the his tank will bother getting this. If you don't have a his tank, you can still get it because the stands fold down. So you can still just have it as a standalone missile sentry unit. All right. So if you don't have the his tank, but you still want to get this, you can have this. And there will be other Cobra vehicles that you can attach this SMS, HMS to. Yeah. Hasbro Pulse, they have the outlet, so you're able to save some money. Yeah, I finally got the Crimson Strike team as well. We need that Transformer Thunder Machine. We need the classified Thunder Machine. That's really what it comes down to. We really need all that. Yeah, but I think this is going to be the last his tank related product that we're going to see. So once again, moving right along. Yeah, really cool. I'm getting hints of Mezco toys. Mezco does this a lot. Whenever you have like holographic with Gomez, they're doing the same thing with Techno Viper. And I think it looks pretty cool. If there was a way to make it even more translucent, that would be cool, but it would be super fragile and it would cost even more money. So I get why they're just doing that with this. And as far as I'm concerned, it works. Like, that's a really cool holographic display right there. I dig that. Yeah. If you have the his team, you have all that stuff. In fact, hold on, let me go ahead and show this off right here. So I have the fire team, and I still need to open this baby. But if you have this and you have the his tank, I'll be real. Times were shaky enough that I flirted with putting my his tank up for sale, throwing this in to sweeten the pot. But that his tank's mine. It's mine. I had to figure something else out. I had to like really focus and be like, listen, I'm a collector. I'm going to keep collecting. And I'm just going to have to really just focus on Joe's right now. Maybe be really choosy because not everything out there is worth your collection. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your space. So if it is, keep that shit. Rock that shit. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, let's keep the party going. But yeah, really fun stuff that we're going to do with. That's very sweet. And you're right. You know, keep what you love. You know, well, I had to slow it down a little bit. I'm just really focusing on the Joes right now. But look at this detail. Look at the detail on these vehicles. The control paneling, like all this stuff. We used to have to put the stickers on. So part of me that kind of misses that a little bit. But they did a really good job with these Cobra vehicles, and they're really making it shine through. It's excellent. Yeah, it's a really great set. I probably should get a second one once that goes on sale. You know, here's the thing. I feel like it's going to be worth it. If you had this at $55 instead of the $75 price, it would be cheap as hell. It'd be just a shallow, hollow shell. You probably wouldn't have the temple grabs, the decaling, the detail, the storytelling. You wouldn't have all that. It'd just be a cheap ass chunk of plastic with no personality and no care. So I think you get what you pay for. And it's worth it if you really enjoy the details of that. That's just for me, because I find that you can spend a lot of money on cheap toys that don't do anything for you, or you can really focus on the premium stuff that just stays a part of your collection over and over and over. And if you keep it premium, You don't have to get anything else. You just got it, and you just like it. So it just depends. It just depends. Don't cheap on your collection. You're worth it, and so is your collection. Let's move on a little bit to the next slide. So once again, we have sort of the action play. You can all the different posing, all the different elements you can do here. You can tell a story with these figures. And I've flirted with saying, like, hey, maybe we should get the vehicles with no figures. But you do that, and you can't do stuff like this. So that was me being cheap, saying, hey, listen, ditch the figure, sell the figure separate, so we can just have a $50 vehicle. But you need the figure for interplay. You need it to go back and forth with this stuff. Yes, McFly, totally. Like, this is still artwork. Ken, that's the hashtag. We got to keep that trending on Twitter. I'm going to still call it Twitter. Screw that X shit. It's Twitter. But we'll make it trend. Me too, Ray. Me too as well. I gotta save up some bread. I love the Insecticons. Shout out to Mark Clonus. He was showing them all off today. But I gotta save up my bread, so I gotta get back to that. Sabir is asking, considering a fig, yeah, just 25 more in the US. Yeah. Yeah, and we're going to have more than one Techno Viper, so you can have them team up together, you know, Tango and Cash style. There's a lot of stuff you can do here. Christopher Sandoval, I think it's just going to depend on the quality they do. It depends on how good Footloose is. It depends on how good Daltone is. It depends on, you know, the Saw Viper and the Frag Viper and then everything else in the future. Can they pull off Cobra Law? Can they pull off the Deke series? Can we get that Battle Armor Cobra Commander? Is the line going to last that long? Are we going to get that Commando Snake Eyes, the V4 Snake Eyes? It just really depends. They earn it figure by figure. They earn it wave after wave. And the Joe team, because of the economics and the mechanics of modern day collecting right now, they're always on the back foot. They're always on the back foot. So it's always a proving ground. And they shouldn't have to prove it by now. The line in collecting should be healthy enough that people don't leave because of toxicity on the internet or because of greed from other manufacturers, right? They upped the price. So what the Joe team did, they saturated each figure with accessories, extra hands, extra head sculpts, some of the best face sculpting we've seen out of any Hasbro line. This is movie level quality stuff, but it depends on whether the fandom and the community is going to keep supporting this line, or if we're going to cheap it out of existence by relegating this line to Ross Dress for Less and Ollie's and the Five Below and everything else. You get what you pay for. And if you like what you pay for it, or it'll be gone. That's it. That's how it is. And if you can't collect, then that will take care of itself. There's only going to be so much time that we're all going to be collecting like this. So enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah, I'm with Matson and FC Viper here. It's Twitter. The streets, we're going to call it Twitter. Mats, thanks for joining. Have a great night, dude. Yeah, so Sabir says his take on a question, supporting the line to a degree, it isn't resulting in more losses than profits involved in the dev process and market. That's a good point. So because G.I. Joe is so embedded with Hasbro, the success of classified series also depends on the success of Hasbro as a whole. So that means they do have to sell off Entertainment One. The layoffs, they need to hire some of these people back because you need some of these people. But they also need to look at their corporate structure and the people at the top, because some of these people are just soaking up funds and they're not really earning it. And I think there are other companies and other examples where they had to take a look at the pay packages, the golden parachutes, and the CEO pay, because they just weren't getting the job done. They weren't worth the money. So they all need to look at that, and Hasbro does too, because it's all related, or else we're not going to have these amazing toys that we've been getting. But once again, let's go ahead and let's take it back real quick. Look at all this stuff. You have the SMS, the HMS, 3 heat-seek missiles with ports for the blast effects that come with other Joes and other packs as well. And even the Techno Viper himself has the tools, has the holograph, all this great stuff. So it's a fun time. It's a fun time. I'm really looking forward to putting this Techno Viper together with the other Techno Viper. It's going to be a lot of fun. The box art, that's how you do it. Please bring this back, even if it's just exclusives. Make that artwork front and center. It's the best thing you have going forward. And yeah, if it has to be post exclusives, do it where there's no chance you'll have fig swaps unless it's like the outlets or the refurbished, newly used. That's fig swap danger. But if you're getting it fresh from Hasbro Pulse, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, you don't have to worry about fig swapping. So there's got to be a way, even with some of these special releases, that we just put the artwork up front. That's the best thing to do. And then you want to do something like this: schematics, little bits and pieces. All the legalese on the back. Do that. That's what belongs in the back, not the artwork. Don't get me started on that, man. Don't get me started on that. Viper Scout says, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, they're holding back some heavy hitters, and I don't think they should be doing that. Like, we need Dalton. Give us Footloose. Give us Repeater. Give us that stuff. Don't hold back. You don't know how long this line's going to last. I don't want to be sitting back, oh, man, I wish we could have gotten Repeater. I wish we could have gotten Footloose. No, man, just do that. Just give us that stuff. Thanks for the thumbs up, BXCR. Yes, gaming industry is scaling back as well. And they just got greedy. They got greedy with the loot boxes, the DLC, the microtransactions. Yeah, the artwork is fantastic. We're going to have to just rock with these new boxes right now. But it is what it is. This, I had to, yeah. So if you had the Fire Team, you got the Techno Viper, SMS, the HMS, the His Tank, yeah, it's just going to be badass. It's going to look ferocious. It's going to look so good, you guys. So, yeah, it's a fun time right now. Put that together with your diorama, or you can go ahead and just take those photos, share them on Instagram, share them on Twitter, Squitter, or whatever. Fuck it. MySpace, share it on there. It's PG-13, so I'm allowed one F word. Anyway, yeah, it's fun times right now. And once again, because we don't have the artwork on the boxes, I'm going to take the time to have this special segment that I call Artwork Alley. And once again, Hasbro Pulse on Facebook and on Instagram, they went ahead and they showcased some of the art that are on the figures. And we're going to do the same thing right here. So let's go ahead and we start, once again, this Techno Viper. This is not a problem here because it's already on that box art. So they already got that taken care of. But I just feel like they really need to focus on finding a way to put it back into those boxes. And I think the flap is a good solution. And if they can give us that flap without taking it out on us, all even better. But moving on, we got the Night Creeper. This is the stuff that should be on the front of the box, but that's okay that we still have some spaces here. So if you're on Instagram every so often, check out the socials. You can celebrate some of this stuff. They have always done a great job with the artwork. We've highlighted some Joe artists before, Hector Garrido, Mike Zeck. Listen, and even all the stuff that's going on in Skybound right now is fantastic stuff too. It's part of the grand tradition. So they got to find a way to bring it back. But liking this stuff here, liking the attitude that's here. This is nowhere on the box. It's on the side, sure, but it's like, anyway. How cool would it be that it wrapped around? I believe some of the series 1, you had a little bit of the art on the bottom, and then it wrapped around the side, so you can actually put the two together, the front and the side, and they sort of continued. So I feel like if you had a way that you had like this in the front and it sort of continued a little bit on the side, and you want to put like a window panel there, I think Transformers Red did that. They had they had a little side panel on the side, so you can see that it's not a Payday or a Snickers bar in the box. That's really all you need. But I feel like there's got to be a way to place this art. This is so much fun. Let's take another look. Look at that torch. You don't want this on the box? You could get a tattoo of this sucker, man. Are you serious? Like, come on. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Vlad knows. Yeah. And yes, Aaron is right. Thanks for joining, dude. Yes, Night Creeper looks fantastic. Yeah, they have the tooling. Yeah, and we paid for the tooling. The HasLab backers paid for the tooling, but the tooling exists. Give us some cost-reduced his tanks. Give us the crimson his tank. Give us the gray his tank. What was that abomination? The Joe-colored his tank? Forget it. I don't want to talk about it right now. But the point is that they have the tooling, so we can get some stuff here. Yes, Energon Universe is killing it right now. I need to stop by my local shop. I need to do that tomorrow and pick up Duke. Yeah. There's a real argument for having a classified art book. We need that. Yeah, this is great. But it ain't on the box. You're not gonna find it on the box. Listen, check out Jinx. Come on, that's dope. That's an Arashikage ninja assassin right there. I could watch the movie that this poster comes from. For real. Like, we had Snake Eyes Origins, Jinx G.I. Joe Origins. Get Elodie Young. She was excellent in Daredevil. You know, you could probably use her, do a better job using her in her own Origins movie. Or there's got to be someone they could get. Like, who is the girl from Everything Everywhere All at Once? Get her a trainer and make her Jinx. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Let's see here. Yeah, same here, man. Oh, and shout out to Geeks Have Game. Really, really exciting developments. But I'll hush. I'll save that. I'll save that for 7 o'clock. Save that for those guys there. Yeah, I'm so thrilled about Jinx. I need to go ahead and get a second one. I gotta save up some more money and pay the rest of this. Bills. I gotta pay my own bills. Come on, man. I'm telling you, they tried something with Tom Berenger. You got to at least try. It's not always gonna work. Yeah, man. Shout out. Hey, man. I still got love for Geeks Have Game, man. So rock it. It's gonna be great. Shout out to Bobby Behar for real. One more. We got Gnawgahyde. Listen, that's they put the art on the back of the box. Why are you gonna do that? Listen, that's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. And you also have the little Joe decal things. I've never learned what that is. It could be maybe it's just some sort of secret message and we haven't figured it out yet. Maybe that's what it is. It's going to be great. We need this in the front, y'all. They won't listen to me. Nobody listens to me. That's why I had to go solo. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Kidding. It was a joke. Okay, maybe this didn't have to be in the front. This looks like, okay, I want to see this buddy movie. I want to see this Tiger Force, Roadblock, and Tripwire buddy movie. It just looks like it's going to be fun. You got the dude that plays Cal Kestis from the Star Wars games. And screw it. We'll get Lashley, Bobby Lashley. Give him some acting lessons. He would be a good Roadblock. Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Shout out to the Dreadnoks, of course. Road trip. So yeah, but listen, right now it's a golden time for Joe fans. We got the retro Beachhead coming out. This thing is perfect. If this came out in 2020, I would have had to punch a dude in his face to get this figure. It's like you're nowhere you're gonna get this figure under my nose, man. This is mine. You know? Oh man, the Cobra Island Beachhead. Do y'all remember that sucker was going for like 120? I kid you not. And listen, I don't even want to admit this, but when I got my Cobra Troopers, like I took care of my homies and whatnot, made sure they at least got one. But afterwards, when I had to get extras, I was paying like $60 a Cobra Trooper. I lucked out in getting that Beachhead, helped out some friends get Beachhead. But it was rough. Cobra Island was rough, man. But this one, it may be worth the wait. We're just going to have to wait and get it in hand first. We're going to have to get it in hand. That's what we really need to do. Yeah, then and the streets agree. Yeah, this Beachhead, it's a lot better than the Cobra Island one. This is the one we've been waiting on for a long time. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be good. And shout out to Spec. Spec is still going to get that 2-pack. He's still going to get this. Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. I'm getting it. Yeah, it's going to be great. But yeah, just this Beachhead is going to be great. Yeah, it's still on Target. You can still get that Tiger Force 2-pack on Target. Yeah, they love it. They love it. You can see it. You can see the care that Lenny and Tony have for all these figures. We're really bringing it back. The Range Viper last year was like the perfect upgrade. Like, but even this is like, yeah, I get it. Classified is supposed to be modern and supposed to be modernized, but I would rock with this. This would be a good modern beachhead. Yeah. You know, I got both. Yeah. Yeah. Nico Tronis, he's got it right. I like the Cobra Island beachhead. I like it. It makes sense that they're reusing it for like Wolf Spider and stuff like that. You know, and you can do both. You can try something new and you can still take it back to basics. You can still bring it back to this. But the Snow Serpent, right? I missed out on Snow Serpent. They may bring back because I want the originals as well. And so hopefully they bring it back on Pulse. And also, but I'm going to get these two. This may be the leader. That's what I did with Crimson Guard. Like my Crimson Guard Retro was the leader. And then I had all my other Crimson Guards. So I still want to get this, but I need them to bring back the mainline Snow Serpents because, man, y'all bought those up like crazy, man. Also, less loadout. Are you saying the loadout for Beachhead is less, or you're not too impressed with the loadout here with the pistol and the suppressor and all the other stuff? They did a good job with the green of that gun. Man, I think that Beachhead's Cobra Island gun, that's what really drove people crazy because that was like the most nerf-tastic gun. That's when people were really trying to like kill off Classified in year one at the time. And they were just saying, no more nerfs. I'm like, listen, man, they got to do something. But yeah, it really is a treat seeing Beachhead with his classic gun here. And also, okay, yeah, so I got you. So yeah, it was that Cobra Island loadout. Whoa, Ken, thanks, man. Thanks for joining us, dude. Really appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, let's go ahead and go and talk about those eels. So a lot of people missed out on those Amazon exclusive eels. I was able to hook up some people. I still have a couple of those eels, but I'm going to get this one too. And I still need to get, y'all were getting the 60th anniversary in. My 60th anniversary fakes have not come in yet. I think I got mine on Pulse. So I don't know where all the others are coming in from. The Pulse ones haven't come in yet. But yeah, man. Whoa, the homie Gun Bunny Customs. What's up, man? Thank you so much for joining us. Good to see you. It's good seeing all y'all, man. For real. I really appreciate y'all on this inaugural episode. I'm popping my solo stream cherry right now, and it's great. Having a great time. We got to get all these, man. It's a good time right now to be a Joe fan. It really is. And it's going to get even better. So right now, we know we're going to get all these retro carded figs. Let's go ahead and talk about this Cobra Ferret. So I'm saying if we got the Ferret coming, then that means the Skyhawk. Do y'all want a figure with Skyhawk? Do you guys really want a figure with the Cobra Fang? Because I think that's just what we're going to get. But what is that going to be? Are they going to have are they going to create new figures just because? Like, you want to be collecting Cobra Fang pilots? Or are you just going to put your Cobra Infantry and your Cobra Troopers in there? All right. Do you really want a Skyhawk pilot? The green shirt and the Skyhawk. That could be a cool place to put a Joe Troop Builder. But we have Joe Troop Builders. We have Grunt. We have, Tiger Force Dusties that went on sale. We have stuff. We have Steel Core. So do you really want more figures to go with these vehicles like this, or do you want to keep the cost down? I think there's an argument from both, and I haven't been swayed to all figures all the time. I think that's what Lenny and Emily and Tony, I think that's what they're going to do. That means figures with Skyhawks and Fangs, right? But I like what I'm seeing here. And if they can be as good as this Ferret Scout, this with the BMX Fang helmet, and like all the extra accessories, the guns, just even the knife, every little bit helps, give us something. There were third-party lines out there where you would buy a figure and it wouldn't even come with a gun. I think Articulated Ninja actually pressured them into including a gun. Hey, Raid, thanks again for that. I'm going to try this one more time, but I'm pretty sure it's going to blow up the stream, but it'll be worth it because it almost kicked me off last time. All right, so let's see what these guys are saying. All right. So, and also, yes, check out my dude Tony's Figs on YouTube as well. He launched his channel, and so far so good. It is amazing. I got love for Tony. I got love for all my Token of Moon homies. But definitely check him out. He was on Punk with Toy stream last night where they went over this stuff in much finer detail and with no technical issues. Let me just add. So check out that episode as well. But yeah, let's see what you guys see. Yeah, want a Skyhawk. Don't care if it has a pilot. I'm in the same way. I want to troop build Skyhawks. I don't want to have to flip the pilots to do it. Sabir saying, love a fig with the Skyhawk, but let's have new figs mixed in to keep it interesting. Part of armor is dope. Yeah. Hey, Night Force Skyhawks. You see what I'm saying? Night Force Skyhawks, blacked out, Crimson Fangs, all red Crimson Fangs. If we can just buy the vehicles, then that spreads out the collection. But if they have figures, as long as they're great figures like this, then it'll be worth it. Scout Viper or Viper Scout. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. Maybe they'll make one. Maybe they'll make a Viper Scout. They need to though. Yes, super sick. Pricing alone, yeah, we'll buy more. Like if it's cool having the ferret, but doing this, that means I'm only buying one ferret. That means I'm only buying one fang. I had the classic Trouble Bubble and the Python Patrol Trouble Bubble, but I would have bought more if I could just buy the Trouble Bubbles. Back in the day, figures were sold separately for a reason. All right, Dreadnok said it. All the vehicles will all come with figures. That's just how it is. But I'm stoked too. Same as Vlad. I'm same with it too. Death Valley Machine says, troop builders for vehicles. If we're stuck with vehicles, we'd rather have troop builders than mainline characters. That's fair. You don't want 8 footlooses, right? So I get it. My price, I think it's going to be $74 because it's going to be more plastic than a Trouble Bubble. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is kind of the same thing as the SMS, right? And it's less plastic than SMS, so it shouldn't be $74.99. But it's more plastic than the Ram Cycle and the Coil Cycle. So I don't see this being $44.99. I don't see this being $50. I'm trying to think of an analog. I think it's somewhere in between like the Trouble Bubble and how like Trouble Bubble's $54.99? That may be this. And Target, for whatever reason, sold Python Patrol for $44.99. That was just a steal. So I don't think you should get used to that. I don't think you should get used to having a $44.99 price point like that Python Patrol Trouble Bubble was. I think this is going to be more than that. 50, 55, 60. I don't want to pay $75 for this. So I'm hoping the Hasbro won't be greedy with this. I can rock with 60. $69.99? This sucker better have suspension shocks or something. $69.99, I need lights. I need lights and I need wheels that can steer. Otherwise, if they can find a way to land at $54.99, $50, $45, do that. Because you will sell more that way, and we won't be playing this outlet clearance game that everyone else is playing with all these other lines, where people are waiting to pick up this ferret in that scout at Ross or Ollie's. Like, just price it right. We'll get it. We want this. I don't want to pay $75 for this. I didn't want to pay $80 for this fire team set, but I did, and I'm glad that I was able to shave a few bucks off of Crimson Strike team. The pricing, they had to take a look at that. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's keep it moving. So we got the name reveals. And let's see here. Pardon me. All right. So we got the name reveals. We got Daltone. And we got the Frag Viper. Let's go ahead and let's go back to Saw Viper real quick. And you got it, dude. Come on, man. You're my dude. And you did a great job on that first video. Don't do like I did. Don't wait 7 months until your next video. Like, definitely keep the ball rolling, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are all hollering at each other. Shout out to Chaz the Guru. What's up, homie? What is going on with you, man? Thanks for joining, for real. Yes, and there's the drivers sort of have a great theme. We got Clutch in the vamp. We're getting Stinger in the driver. So it's all played out. They got all the stuff planned out. We're going to get the Dreadnok Ground Assault. We're going to get the Dreadnought Cycle. We're getting all that stuff. The Swamp Skier, they may save that for like a new Zartan. It may be Xandar in the Swamp Skier. It may be Zaina in the Swamp Skier. So, but we're going to get all that stuff. It's all coming. But let's take another look at this. So, depending on the lore you follow, this is one of the deadliest mofos in G.I. Joe, right? I have a bone to pick with this guy. But it's going to be great. That machine gun's going to look ferocious. I wonder if they actually will give us a saw to go with the Saw Viper, or if it's going to be like just some weird futuristic weapon. That'll be really interesting. But yeah, we're going to get this guy. It's going to be super dope. We're probably going to see what he looks like under that helmet, like we did with Metalhead. Shout out to Adam. Adam, I think you got Metalhead super early. You showed it off last night on Punk's stream. Dial Tone. I bought a Shapeways backpack for this, and I gave it to one of my homies. So he could finish off a Dalton custom. So I think Adam Bradley Freeman made a Dalton's backpack on his Shapeways. That was pretty cool. But this will be cool to see what Classified does. And then decide, we just give him a tablet. He doesn't need the backpack. It's like, if you're going to do Dalton, do the backpack. And if you can't find a way to explain why a modern Dalton would have a backpack like that, then just do it like a retro release only. I would totally do that. Yeah, FC Viper says we need a bigger house for all this army building. Yeah. And we would all troop build at that price. I think a lot of us are waiting for Trouble Bubble to hit Hasbro Pulse Outlet right now. A lot of people didn't know about Hasbro Pulse Outlet. Just scroll down. A little bit. Yep, $54.99 for Trouble Bubble, $49.99, $44.99 for the Python Patrol one. You know what? Yeah, I would. Super 7 does this. You can get it with the reactions. You can get it with the H back or the Y back. I don't know if the Ultimate Cobra Trooper does that. I kind of want to get the Hayatoys Cobra Trooper. That looks super sick, dude. But we need a retro Cobra Trooper, and we need to holler at them in doing that. All right, Dreadnok says it's going to be $49.99. All right, that sounds like a sweet price for Ferret in the Ferret Scout. People are saying 55, they're saying 60. Listen, let me put it this way, and I can't say how I know, and I can't say how he knows. But if Dreadnok says something, that's probably what it's going to be. So just go with that. Yeah. People are saying 60, 75. No, I like $49.99. That's smart. Yeah, that's smart. Sabir is saying that didn't have many figurelets from the O-Ring era, drawing bling somewhat OG figures. A lot of the vehicles from that era came with no figure. You can either check out 3D Joe's Carson's site, or you can check out yojo.com to get more info about which ones were figures sold separately right now. The Ferret was figures sold separately. It didn't come with a Ferret driver, but it makes sense that they're doing it now because you want that instant play feature. You want that play factor now. That's what you really want. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with the Cobra Fang and the Skyhawk. I think those two in particular, they're meant to be troop built. If you read Marvel Comics, if you watched Sunbow, there was always like a fleet of them, of each in the sky. The same thing with the gliders and everything else. I think if I were on the Joe team at Hasbro in Rhode Island right now, I would be making as strong as a case as I could for Skyhawks, figures sold separately, Cobra Fangs, figures sold separately. Yeah, Ollies. People were getting Crimson Guards for like $5. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Skyhawks didn't have a figure. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So that Ferret's going to be a Pulse exclusive. Cool. Yeah. So once again, really great times with the name releases. The really strong set. Once again, that bastard Saw Viper, Dial Tone, and also the Frag Viper. And Frag Viper, we're starting to get into deep territory. So we're starting to talk about like Scoop, Operation Dragonfire, that kind of stuff, right? So it just really depends. It really depends on whether you can Joe the way you want to. Whether you want Scoop, you want Battle Armor Cobra Commander, we'll see how long the line lasts. We'll see if we get to Operation Dragonfire and all the different crazy zany. The Iron Grenadiers, they already said that they're going to do Iron Grenadiers, and that means Iron Grenadier Destro, right? Does that mean that we're going to get the vehicle that they came with? I'm blanking on that vehicle because I'm thinking about Overlord and the Eradicator. So I'm trying to remember what Destro's Iron Grenadier vehicle was. So I'm blanking out on that for a little bit. Hold on a second. Wow. I think I lost power. Okay, good. No, I did not lose power. Good. All right. No, I'm just tripping it. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead really quick. Sorry, I got to get used to all this. I just want to give a shout out to this 1/6 scale. I do not collect 1/6 scale, but lordy, do I want to. And I remember window shopping the Sideshow collectibles for the longest time, trying to like suck myself up for 1/6 collecting. In the before time, especially like MCU at its height, I was thinking that, okay, I only have space for there's just a few of these statues, so it'll be fun. Let me just go ahead and just get the 1/6 scale. Let me get Mondo, let me get Sideshow, and that's it. So, but these are priced fairly decently. And it's going to be a while till we get V4 Snake Eyes in Classified. So if you really want that look, you could get this to represent it, and have it in your collection and just show it off a little bit. But they did a great job. Shout out to 3-0. I've been collecting their Transformers MDLX. You'll be seeing more of that later. But yeah, they did a great job on this 1/6 scale. And I know you guys aren't collecting that. Probably didn't collect the 12-inch Marvel Legends back in the day. But there's a lot you can do with 1/6 scale. So I'm going to advocate for that, especially if you can get these. These may be 120, maybe 150. If they go on sale. I was seeing some of the 3-0 stuff, like the Power Rangers. You could get those for like $50. I kid you not. Yeah, Todd C has a good point that Larry Hama made him do that. Okay, yeah. So ARAH, you had the figures were the size they were because of the vehicles and the play sets. Now that we're in the 6-inch scale, it really is more about the vehicles. So that makes sense. That makes sense. That really does. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's a good point. Toy Bounty Hunter, and thanks for joining, by the way, has a good point about that. That the classified figure may come with a pilot figure because that's what the 4-inch scale did. Everybody's Destro the spoiler. Thank you for that. The spoiler. Thank you very much for that. An Overlord with the Dictator, not Eradicator. Excuse me. Thank you very much. Ha 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 ha. All right. So once again, I just want to advocate for that V4 Snake Eyes. I don't know. Like, what say you? Do you think if we got V4 Snake Eyes this soon in the line, would it be too early? That they're saving that for 2025, 2026. If I were you, I would do what Murata Rubin does. I would do what Tony does. Get that retro Snake Eyes and paint that sucker. Make that V4 now. Go ahead and use that Wolf Spider plate carrier, or if you have an extra beachhead vest lying around, you can do that too, right? And just go ahead and make that happen. I think, just getting straight here, but I think if you have G.I. Joe Ultimates, G.I. Joe Funkos, G.I. Joe Reactions, there's no wrong way to Joe. And it's just a really fun time. And if you want to try something new with a brand that you love, go for it. Go for it. And I think this 1/6 scale Commandos, I like the soft goods here. I like what's going on here. I feel like this is a better representation of a premium Snake Eyes than some other brands, like, say, Mezco. I'm very disappointed with the Mezco Snake Eyes. Moody has a great review of that once again. But just check it out. I think that this one's going to be fun. And if you wait long enough, you can probably get it on sale too. Lots of cool gear with this, the weapons, the accessories. If you don't feel like getting 3016 Joes, I don't blame you. I think it's just really better to keep it at 1 scale. So I understand why vintage collectors, they stick with vintage. 375, they really stick with that. I was doing multi-scale for a while, Can't really do that. You really have to pick and choose, right? And I like the 4-inch scale 375 figures that I do have, you know, but I just had to really stick with one scale, and that's going to be 112 6-inch. It just depends. It just depends on how you really want to collect. But enough rambling from me. Let's go ahead and wrap this up a little bit so y'all can have some time to refresh yourselves before joining my homies over at Toy Kind of Mood. If you like what you see, pretty please give a like and subscribe. I know it is scant offerings right now, but I really was lucky to turn things around near the tail end of 2023 and just really focus on the type of collector I wanted to be, how I wanted to engage with the space and the fandom, which have been so supportive and so awesome. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, I recommend the MDLX Transformers and also the 12-inch stuff. I had a couple of 12-inch figs, but I'm really thinking about starting with that Snake Eyes and just going from there. But if you get a chance, check out Black Genghis on YouTube. Leave a like. Please subscribe. Thank you very much. Break something. Thank you very much for that, man. I really appreciate it. And thank you for having me on as a guest a couple of weeks back. I really had a lot of fun. And Sabir, yes, you just have to pick one. And I think the Ultimates, even in getting those on sale, it's just space. I don't have space to show off an Ultimate Joe collection and a Classified Joe collection. Michael, thank you so much. I gotta stop myself from calling you Mikey. I know you don't like being called Mikey. My bad. No, I don't have the subscribers yet. I should have really put in more work into showing off some of the reviews. The stuff I was going to review, I sold. I sold that stuff, man. 2023 was weird. If I can survive 2023, I can survive anything. And that's why you see me here and now, man. So we got something going on for y'all. Travis, thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate you. Brad, thanks, man. I'm glad you had a fun time. Ryan, thanks, man. Thank you so much. You helped me out a lot. You really did. And I appreciate you, dude. But also, check out my Stronghold on IG. That's the one that started it all. So shout out to GI Shark, who has a fantastic checklist all of his own. Shout out to Death Valley Machine. Check him out on Instagram. Fantastic interviews, fantastic reviews, throwbacks, even oddball animation errors. Check out my dude, Dreadnok Ryan. Check out Tony's Figs, man. Tony's _Figs on IG. Check out Toy Optics on the Imperial Grunt. You got to check out Surveillance Port. Check out Airborne Customs, Gun Bunny Customs, man. The list goes on and on. Check all my dudes out on Instagram and just have a good time and just really enjoy yourselves. This is the time. This is the time to be a collector. This is the time to really enjoy yourself and enjoy what you love. Don't bother with the naysaying. Don't bother with the gripes and the whining. That's going to happen. But I'm telling you, rock what you got and focus on what you love and share it with the people you love. That energy will come back tenfold. I promise you. I'm getting love in the chat. Thank you so much. Sabir, thanks for joining. My Dreadnok, my Terradrome brother, Tony, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Gabby, thank you. Really appreciate you guys. FC Viper. Matt, thanks. My fellow KJ, thanks. Ray, thank you all very much. I'm just really glad that you all were here to see this. This was a really fun episode. This was exactly the right time to do it, to take the leap on Leap Day and be good to each other, drink your water, and just remember, there's no wrong way to Joe, and enjoy yourselves. Have a great weekend, everybody. All right. Thanks, and take care.